It's a second chance for the Eagles and the Knights. Find out who will come out on top next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our show. So far in our season, 12 teams have qualified for our tournament. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to pick 4 more qualifiers from the second chance teams. Let me introduce them now. The Harker Eagles. And the Stuart Hall Knights. Welcome back to Quiz Kids, folks. As you recall in our first round, here's how we play. You'll get the first question. If you get that part right, it'll be worth 5 points. You'll get to answer a second question that would make it worth 10 points. And if you get all 3 right, you will win 25 points, okay? Good luck. Here's the first toss-up in our three-for-all. The current estimate for it is around 71 kilometers per second per megaparsec. And taking the reciprocal, yes, Max?
The Hubble constant.
Correct. It's caused primarily by the recessional velocity of an object. Hubble determined that what colorfully named phenomenon increases with distance?
Redshift.
Yes, and which galaxy, designated M31, is actually blue shifted because it is moving towards the Milky Way?
Andromeda.
You got 25 points. Here's your next toss-up. Past presidents of this country include Anastasio Somoza and Violeta Chamorro. Name the Central American country whose capital is Managua. Max.
Nicaragua.
Yes. A 1980s effort to aid these rebels against the Nicaraguan government ensnared Oliver North in a scandal that also involved an arms deal with Iran.
Contra.
Correct. This man, who ruled from 1985 to 1990, is once again Nicaragua's president as head of the Sandinista National Liberation Front.
Is it Noriega? Noriega?
No, it's Daniel Ortega. Until 2002, Sarah Palin's husband was a member of this state's Independence Party, which seeks a popular referendum on its 1959 statehood. Max.
Alaska?
Yes. This national third party, the first to run a presidential candidate in all 50 states, stands for individual freedom, laissez-faire economics, and civil liberties.
Libertarian?
Correct. This home state of Walter Mondale does not have a Democratic Party, but rather a Democratic Farmer Labor Party formed by a 1944 merger.
Tennessee?
Minnesota. One state's disputed border with New Brunswick was the subject of the 1838 Aroostook War. Name that northeasternmost state of the contiguous... Yes, Max?
Maine.
Correct. This is Maine's most populous city, situated on Casco Bay. It shares its name with a city in Oregon.
Portland.
Right. This only national park in Maine includes most of Mount Desert Island.
Actually, I don't know. Arcadia?
No, it's Acadia. This film's title character is a trash compactor robot who helps Eve restore... Yes, Ananth?
Wall-E?
Yes. This yodeling red-headed cowgirl is voiced by Joan Cusack and befriends Buzz and Woody in Toy Story 2.
Jessie?
Yeah.
Right. This little Italian forklift assists Luigi and serves on Lightning McQueen's pit crew in the Cars movies.
I didn't watch Cars.
I never watched it.
Ralph.
Guido. One composer with this last name wrote the Radetzky March. Name the common last name shared by composers Richard, Johann the Elder, and Johann the Younger. Kevin.
Bach?
No. You can steal.
Strauss?
Strauss?
That is right. Johann Strauss the Younger may be best known for this waltz about a namesake river in Europe.
Blue Danube?
Right. Richard Strauss wrote this tone poem that shares its name with a Friedrich Nietzsche work. Featured in 2001: A Space Odyssey, also Sprague Zarathustra. In one of its allotropes, 540 atoms of this element are combined to form a roughly icosahedral shape. The more common fullerenes of this element are composed of 80, 70, or 60 atoms. Yes, Max?
Carbon.
Coal comes in many grades. What is the grade with the highest energy density?
Anthracite?
Correct. Diamond happens to be a very hard material, registering what number on the Mohs scale?
10.
You got it for 25 points. We're changing it to the Mac Show. Okay, here's the next one. He gave an 1862 speech claiming that the great questions of the time would be decided by iron and blood. Name this Iron Chancellor, an advocate of German unification. Max.
Bismarck.
In 1870, Bismarck helped push Prussia into war with what nation, which it defeated at the Battle of Sedan?
Is it France?
France?
Yes. After winning the Franco-Prussian War, the new German Empire annexed part of what iron-mining French region whose name is often paired with neighboring Alsace?
Lorraine.
You got 25 points. The grammatical rules of this ancient language were standardized by Panini in the 4th century BC. Name this language used in the Rig Veda and other religious texts. Yes, Kevin?
Sanskrit.
Right. Sanskrit is one of the earliest members of which major language family to which English, Latin, and Hindi also belong?
And
Indo-European?
is it Germanic?
Probably.
Germanic.
No, Indo-European. In one account, his mother, Hera, threw him down from Mount Olympus because she thought he was an ugly baby. Yes, Stephanie?
Hephaestus?
Yes. Hephaestus' wife, who cheated on him with Ares and Anchises, among others, was what Greek goddess of love?
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite?
Yes. For whom did Hephaestus fashion armor during the Trojan War at the request of Thetis?
Achilles.
Achilles?
That's right for 25 points. We'll be right back to meet the team.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production, talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV. And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. Let's say hello to the Knights of Stuart Hall and Board Surdo. How are you, Board?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm fine. I understand you and your teammate Kevin are starting a company up. So you were very busy on working on that company yesterday.
Yeah, so we decided that we would use most of the time this last semester of high school to work on a video game. And yesterday we worked from noon until 8 o'clock straight.
I'm sure that all the entrepreneurs out there will say, applaud you and know that that's what you have to do to form a company, all right?
Yeah.
Devin Harvey, you're a junior and you're going to be taking an exciting trip to Spain with your school this spring.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting trip, doing certain things like meeting our sister school down there, having dinner with their families, and even seeing a Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona soccer game.
We'll have a wonderful adventure there. Kevin Wong, you are working on this game. What's the name of the game?
Dark Deception. It's an adventure role-playing game influenced by classics from the 1990s.
Can you have a dark lord named Friedman or something in there? Just an idea, just to spice it up.
Mayhaps.
Good. You guys, we're going to give you a chance to earn some points, even up to 100 points. I'm going to give you 3 categories. You tell me which category you want to play. Will it be Helen, lions, or plagues?
Lions? Lions? Yeah. We would take lions.
Lions, okay. Every one of these answers has something to do with a lion of some sort, okay? The name of the lion in the C.S. Lewis series.
Aslan.
He said, as he puts his fantasy role-playing game together. Richard I's chivalric name.
Richard Lionheart.
Correct. The collective name for a group of lions.
Pack?
No, it's a pride. The Lion of the North in the 30 Years' War.
I have no idea.
No.
Frederick.
It was Gustavus Adolphus. The African nation with a form of lion in its name.
Sudan.
Sierra Leone. The Cowardly Lion yearns to acquire this.
Courage.
Courage.
Right? He pulled a thorn from a lion's paw.
Oh, I know this.
Isaac.
Yeah, go with it.
Isaac.
Androcles. Well, you earned 30 points. Congratulations. You say hi to the Harker Eagles, Ananth Subramanian. Hello, you're a senior, and last summer you did some research at Santa Cruz, which sounds like very interesting research.
I was working on predicting what information the eye would send to the brain.
And you're going to use this information to benefit.
It sort of explains how we see. So
Okay.
it was an eye-opening experience.
I have no more comments with you. Remind me to use that next week. Max Eisenberg.
Yes.
You decide to do some fun summer reading.
Oh, yes. I read the 1,800-page Gulag Archipelago.
Always a laugh,
yeah.
a laugh riot. And you did this for Quiz Bowl, right?
Yes. So actually last year we started this summer reading program so that we could be more familiar with various types of literature. I felt that it was actually a very educational
I read The
experience.
Hunger Games. Anyway. Stephanie Chen, you're a sophomore and an avid scientific student, and you're actually inspiring middle school students.
Yeah, a couple of us. We help coach the middle school science bowl team, so we write questions and we help prepare for the
Any
competition.
exciting scientific geniuses coming up in the ranks?
A few, maybe.
We'll hope so. Folks, we'll give you a chance to earn some more points. Do you want Helen or Plagues?
I don't know. Plagues.
Oh, you are a happy lot. It's about horrible diseases or plagues of some kind. These bugs hit Egypt in a legendary plague.
Locusts.
Right. Also called the Black Death, it killed 1/3 of Europe's population in the 14th century.
Bubonic plague.
I'm getting very cheered up here. Thought to be the most deadly viral disease out there, it causes internal hemorrhaging and can kill its victim in less than 48 hours.
Ebola.
Fun times. In Romeo and Juliet, this character says, "A plague on both your houses," referring to the feuding Capulets and Montagues.
Mercutio.
Right. Historians and doctors now suspect typhus was the plague in 430 BC that struck this city. Thucydides got sick and Pericles died where?
Athens.
Right. This Boccaccio collection of 100 stories is told to pass the time while the plague ravages Italy.
Decameron.
Right. Construction of the Panama Canal was hindered until Walter Reed figured out how to treat this rapidly spreading disease.
Malaria.
No. Yellow fever. But you got 60 points. Congratulations. And we will return with more questions.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
We are back, and let's give a big hand to the coaches for both our teams. First from Harker, Mr. Bradley Stoll. And from Stuart Hall, Mr. Shannon Hawkyard. All right, you've got your buzzers in your hands. We're going to go back to the three-for-all. This time we're doubling the points. 10, 25, 3 right will give you 50 points. Its Arabic name means the gardens. Name this city home to Mazmak Castle that is Saudi Arabia's capital. Stephanie.
Riyadh.
Yes. The northernmost part of Saudi Arabia is in what desert that extends across Iraq, Jordan, and a namesake country bordering Lebanon and the Mediterranean Sea?
Syrian?
Yes, it is the Syrian desert. Finally, the Arabian Peninsula's southern third includes which desert of Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Yemen?
Deferred.
I refer to
Rube, I don't know.
Rube something. Pretty good. It's Rube al-Khali. George and Martha Washington lived at what plantation in Virginia along the Potomac River? Max.
Mount Vernon?
Yes. James Marshall wrote children's books about George and Martha, two of what kind of animal whose Greek-derived name means river horse?
Hippos. Hippos.
Hippopotami, yes. Another George and Martha, this one with a volatile, abusive relationship, fascinate Nick and Honey in what 1962 play? which if you get it wrong, I will act out in its entirety. 4.5 hours.
Guys and dolls.
So close to Guys and Dolls. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? The most populous of the former Yugoslav republics is which landlocked nation that refuses to recognize the independence of Kosovo? Max.
Serbia.
What city besieged from 1992 to 1996 is the capital of Bosnia-Herzegovina?
Sarajevo.
Yes. Most former Yugoslav republics are part of a peninsula that takes its name from what mountain range?
Balkan.
You got 50 points. In ancient Greek theater, this group may have sung its lines in conversation with the main character. What? Yes, Anand.
The chorus?
Right. What two-letter abbreviation means go back to the beginning and perform it again?
It's like DC.
DC.
Right. A short phrase repeated over and over again, such as the 8-note phrase that starts Johann Pachelbel's canon in D, is known by what 8-letter Italian word meaning stubborn?
Ostinato.
Say it out loud.
Ostinato.
Yes, you got 50 points again. The Mau Mau uprising protested British rule in this country, whose capital is Nairobi. Yes, Devin.
Egypt?
No. Jomo Kenyatta was elected its first president. You don't have to do that, just tell me.
Kenya. Kenya.
Right. After gaining independence, this nation was led by Milton Obote until his overthrow by Idi Amin.
Benin? No. It was Benin. Oh, Uganda. Uganda.
Right. This country was called the Gold Coast until it gained independence under the Pan-Africanist leader Kwame Nkrumah. Its capital is Accra.
It's like
Benin.
Ghana. Subduction zones can cause large types of these. Yes,
Earthquakes.
Kevin. Right. The San Andreas Fault is what type of fault?
Fissure.
I've got to go with that. So what you gonna say?
Fissure fault.
No, it's a strike slip fault. A strike slip. I slipped there. A little earthquake, sorry. Mikhail Bakunin and Prince Kropotkin championed the idea that government was unnecessary and harmful. Identify that philosophy. Yes, Stephanie.
anarchy.
Right. 17th century writers tended to use this three-word phrase as a synonym for anarchic societies. According to Thomas Hobbes, life in it was nasty, brutish, and short.
No answer.
State of nature. Starting in AD 1054, one of these phenomena was observed for nearly 2 years. Yes, Anand.
Supernova?
Right. One remnant of the 1054 supernova is which nebula, also known as Messier 1, whose name denotes its Cancrin appearance?
Crab.
Yes. Found at the center of the Crab Nebula is an example of what type of rapidly rotating small stellar remnant?
Neutron star.
Correct for 50 points. The writers and I have a bet on this question. He wrote about Michael Henchard, who sells his wife and daughter while drunk in his novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge. Name this author of Far From the Madding Crowd, who set many of his works in the fictional county of Wessex. Max.
Thomas Hardy.
Yes, I lose that bet. Angel Clare rejects this Hardy title character after she reveals her past relationship with Alec d'Urberville.
Tess of the D'Urbervilles.
Yes. Angel travels to this country to escape his feelings for Tess. Real-life authors from this country include Jorge Amado and Joaquim Machado de Assis.
I think it's Brazil. Brazil?
Brazil, 50 points. We'll be right back to the final round.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
We are going to do the final round. The questions are worth 30 points. Its governors have included segregationist Orville Faubus, former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee, and 42nd President Anand.
Arkansas?
Yes. What national park contains Tioga Road, Horsetail Falls, Hetch Hetchy Valley, and yes, Kevin?
Yosemite.
Yes. They play their home games at Madison Square Garden. Which team? Yes, Devin.
The Knicks?
Yes. They generally follow an 11-year cycle, the Maunder minimum. Yes, Stephanie?
Sunspots?
Right. It features John Thornton and Buck, a Klondike sled dog who joins a pack of Nananth.
Call of the Wild?
Yes. He depicted Cosimo de' Medici in Adoration of the Magi. What Florentine painter showed the Roman goddess of love coming ashore on a half shell? Yes, Anand.
Botticelli?
Right. In a 2011 referendum, its voters rejected a repayment deal associated with the collapse of Reykjavik-based Landsbanki. Yes, and Max.
Iceland.
Right. It was ended by the Thermidorian reaction during what acme of, yes, Kevin?
Reign of Terror.
Right. A political party in Paraguay, as well as a river in Texas, shares its name. What state contains the San Juan Mountains, Pikes Peak, and the cities of, yes, Anand?
Colorado?
Right. The title group helps Anne of Austria and defeats the plans of Milady de Winter with the help of D'Artagnan in which Dumas novel? Anand.
Three Musketeers?
Right. His groundwork of the metaphysics of morals discusses the categorical imperative. What very influential, yes, Max?
Kant.
Right. Death by Water, A Game of Chess, and What the Thunder Said are three parts of what epic, yes, Max?
The Wasteland.
Yes. What quantity, which with empirical values from 0.7 to 4.0 on the Pauling scale, Max?
Electronegativity.
Right. The husband of Laban's sister Rebecca was what father of Esau and Jacob, who barely escaped death on Mount Moriah as a sacrifice by his father, Stephanie?
Isaac.
Right. The Emancipation Proclamation was issued after this Union victory in the Civil War. What Maryland battle was also, yes, Devin?
Washington, D.C.?
No. What Maryland battle was also the bloodiest single day of fighting in American history?
Antietam. Antietam.
Yeah.
Right. Which power of the U.S. which power of the U.S. government discussed in Kalo versus New London must have just compensation? Devin?
The Supreme Court.
No. Must have just compensation and refers to taking property from private citizens.
Eminent domain.
Right. A British nurse, Catherine Barclay, falls in love with Frederick Henry, an American ambulance driver in Italy during World War I. What is this partly autobiographical novel by Hemingway called? Yes, Devin?
All Quiet on the Western
The Sun
Front.
also rises.
I'm sorry. That is the end of the round? No?
Keep going.
You can tell. You can steal.
The Sun also rises.
The Sun also rises.
No, A Farewell to Arms. The pangolin is the scaly and the numbat is the banded variety of what long-snouted toothless bug consumers? Devin?
Anteaters?
Right. Odette is turned into a white aquatic bird in which Tchaikovsky... Yes, Stephanie?
Swan Lake?
Yes. He wrote anyone... That's the end of the game. 9:15. Harker is going on to the next round. Thank you, both teams. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
If you're a high school student and would like to be on Quiz Kids, go to our website at quizkids.tv. Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.